The story of young Kaspar Hauser raises as many questions today as it did in the 1800s. Almost nothing was known about the early life of Kaspar Hauser when he arrived in Nuremberg in 1828. Supposedly, he wished to be a horseman like his father, although he didn't have a father. If he had, he would have been a learned man. As it was, his parentless life prevented him from leaving the house since 1812 in order that nobody might know where he was brought up. At least that was the tale told on the note he carried with him while looking for the cavalry captain to whom the letter was addressed. If you're confused, so was everyone else. The roughly 16-year-old boy wore a silk necktie and held an embroidered handkerchief, but he looked like a vagabond with his bloody feet tearing through his boots. The note's author claimed to have raised the boy in spite of having no relation to him. The only reason the author wasn't there at the moment was out of fear for his own safety. Once in custody, the police noticed Kaspar walk like a toddler who'd only recently graduated from crawling. He came across even more like a child when, in spite of the note's claim that he could read and write, Kaspar mostly parroted the words of others. The few words he did know were primarily about horses. They could tell he wasn't a madman or an idiot, but they were still baffled by him acting as if he'd never seen fire or his own reflection. This forest boy became a ward of the city, cared for by people like professor and philosopher Georg Friedrich Dahmer and British nobleman Lord Stanhope. As Kaspar's communication skills improved, he told others that he was raised in a prison, which might have helped explain why he only ate bread and water when they first met him. He also said that on his journey from the prison to the outskirts of Nuremberg, he was forced to watch the ground to keep from seeing the face of his traveling companion, the man who had written the note. The grim portrait painted by such claims stood in sharp contrast to a dream he recounted to Professor Dahmer. In it, he was in a castle, mingling with royalty. Dahmer wondered if this was a memory of the life Kaspar lived before being locked in a prison. That notion spread like wildfire through Europe, leading to rumors that the young man was the lost son of Grand Duke Karl von Baden. But there were just as many people who thought that Kaspar Hauser was a lying attention hound. In 1829, he was found bleeding from the head in Professor Dahmer's basement. Kaspar claimed the attacker's voice was that of the man who brought him there and wrote the note. Another mysterious and suspect attack happened in 1833, led to his undoing. He claimed he was stabbed in the side by a stranger who lured him into a park to give him a bag. Police did find a purse at the scene that contained a note. It had grammatical errors common to Kaspar's own writing and was folded in the same manner he used with his letters. Any questions about his version of events would go unanswered. Kaspar died 3 days later. While DNA testing proved that he was not related to the Grand Duke, removing the possibility of a royal assassination, opinions still differed on what happened that night. Some believe he stabbed himself to get attention, but accidentally went too deep. Others say forensic analysis proves that unlikely, and the possibilities of suicide and murder can't be ruled out. Whether or not the stories Kaspar Hauser told during his life were true, the tale we tell about him is as gripping now as it was when he first stepped foot in Nuremberg.
Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more of history's weirdness that you won't find in your textbooks. All those textbooks that you had to give back. No one has their textbooks anymore, right? I don't have mine. Anyway, there's this video here, there's this one here, there's more stuff here, there's more good stuff. If you liked it, stick around.